It's Mr. Gustin back in the physics classroom. Here we are. We are getting very close to the end of our inclined plane activity. At this point, you've already calculated the mu between your object and the surface. Hopefully, in your science notebook somewhere, you better, because I'm going to ask you to turn in a picture of it for me when you're done. You better have a picture of your drawing. Look how pretty my picture is. It's so clear. It's very obvious what's happening. I have an object. It's sliding down a rough surface. How far? About 1 meter at an angle of 30 degrees. When it hits the bottom of that ramp, it launches off of the ramp, travels towards the ground, and hits a distance of delta x away from the base of my table. How high is it off the table? It's 1 meter. Look how nice and labeled it is. I have my free body diagram. The force is labeled right on my picture. Folks, it's so clear that I know what's going on here because I have it all labeled. I also have carried over my coefficient of kinetic friction from part 1, from the intro. You better already know that. If you're watching this video and you don't know that value, stop, go back, figure out your coefficient of friction, or none of this will make sense at this point, okay? Also, before I see you launch your object down the ramp at 30 degrees off and onto your target, I had better see some work where you calculate the velocity at the bottom of the ramp. Right there, I better see some vramp or vramp work right there. I had better also see some work for your delta x, the range, the launch range that happens after it leaves the bottom of the ramp. I had better see work for that somewhere in your science notebook when you submit this to me via Canvas. I give you 2 hints. To find the velocity at the bottom of the ramp, you're probably going to have to use forces. You might even have to use a little kinematics to figure out the velocity at the bottom of that ramp. Now, to go ahead and find your range, you're going to have to use some kinematics. Hint! This is not a horizontal launch problem. It is not. Think about the angle that that object leaves the ramp with. Once you've done all of this and you've solved for your range, come with me, children. Let's go see what this thing is going to end up looking like. Hopefully you can see this. I've got my ramp set up over there, target on the ground, right about there. I know that I'm going to set this thing up about 1 meter. I know the edge of this ramp. This is 1 meter. It's what I measured. It's what I did my calculations with. I can go ahead and take the Tic Tacs, slide them down this ramp, hopefully land them right there on my target. Let's see if I can get as far enough back where we can see all of this. Oh, there it is. Are you ready? Let's look. 3, 2, 1. Remember, do not just go ahead and launch it down the ramp, place the target down and say, hey, look, I did it. Like, no. You need to show me the work on your paper, in your science notebook. You're going to turn it in on Canvas so I can check your work. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Nailed it. Got it. Did it. Check it out. Physics is awesome. Your job is to film yourself doing that and submit work like this to Canvas. 2 things going to Canvas. 1, a video upload of you launching down the ramp, and this work coming straight out of your science notebook to prove that you placed that target in the correct spot. Have fun. Ask me questions if you need to, and I will see you back in the classroom. See ya!